Thank you for staying with us right here on Good Morning Namibia. Now, on Wednesdays, as we do, we bring you all conversations centered around finances. And with the rise of online selling, digital payments, and person-to-person transactions, fraudsters are increasingly using overpayment and refund scams to deceive unsuspecting customers. Now, these scams often appear harmless at first, but they rely on creating confusion, urgency to convince victims to send money back before realizing the original payment was never legitimate. Now, joining us to unpack this conversation, we're joined by Theo Hidulika, client support specialist and fraud analyst at FNB Namibia, to tell us a little bit more about how overpayment works and how refund scams work in their essence. He's also going to talk to us about the warning signs to look out for and how customers can ultimately protect themselves against this increasing rise in scams. Good morning, Mr. Hidulika, and welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, and good morning to our clients and viewers at home.
Well, just to start us off, can you explain what exactly an overpayment or refund scam is in its essence?
All right, so this mostly occurs during funerals. What we've picked up is that at the time where there is a loss at home, we would usually put out the notification, the death notification, and then there's contribution that's going to have to be sent to the family. So what these guys do, they take this opportunity to cause confusion. So what they will do is they will reach out to the numbers on the pamphlet, and they will state, no, I have contributed 5,000, but I was only supposed to send 2. Please send back the 3,000 back. Now, in most times, the payment was never made. And they are going to rush you, no, I need the money back. It was for an emergency. I'm just assisting you. We're a family member from ABCD. So they are going to create this urgency, this very funny story, believable story, so that you send the money back. Now, most of the time, we do not verify if this money has been sent. We do not confirm. We do not check our balances. We act on impulse, and then we send the money. At the end of the day, they find out that, oh, no, this was actually a scam and the money is already gone and probably withdraw, because most of the time they would request the money to be sent back via e-wallet or other quick method of getting the funds.
That they can then quickly withdraw before you even have chance to reverse the transaction.
Yes. So it's a very tricky type of scam, because also when it comes to goods, sometimes a service, no, we're selling ABCD, the service is this much, you send the money, the service was never delivered, or the person never actually showed up to give you that service. So you are overpaying for something, or sometimes you're deliberately being misled to make these payments.
And with this, because part and parcel of this is emotions. Ultimately, they're playing on the emotion. Why do you think that makes it so effective?
So Namibia is a country we trust. We trust a lot, and we trust very easily and very fast. So what these guys do is they'll create an urgency. The money is needed immediately, and also most of the time they will come to you with a very well thought story. They will tell you how the money was sent, why it needs to be sent back, why it needs to be done. No, it's for my kids at home. I overpaid. But it's always a very detailed story, to the point where it actually puts your guard down and you start to believe. This is now the mistake that we make. We believe without actually confirming that I really received this money. And most of the time, in the previous conversation that was mentioned, AI. These guys are using AI. Sometimes they can create a proof of payment. They can create fake notification, which then even gives them more leverage to you, because now, oh, this is a proof of payment, it seems legitimate, let me send half of the money back because they actually did send. You should not fall for that. You should always confirm, verify.
So it's a blend of social engineering and artificial intelligence.
Impersonation, all of that.
And let's talk about the warning signs. If you happen to find yourself in a position where you're put in the place to urgently act, what are some of the warning signs that customers or clients can look out for?
So the first one is urgency. As soon as an unknown number, somebody who is not even familiar to you, calls you and stated that I send you money, I need this money back, I need it immediately, the urgency. Why is this person calling you? Why are they so urgent? And why is they are like just pushing for you to send the money back? So that is number one. Number two is also, they don't want you to confirm first. They don't want you to, whenever they call or they are now telling you the story, Then you're telling them, no, I need to confirm first, I need to call the bank. No, it's not needed, I did send the money. So they're trying to convince you in a hurry so that you can send this money back. By the time you realize that it's a scam, it's already too late. So also, when they are rushing you, especially when you are buying goods, you know, sometimes on Facebook Marketplace, there's this iPhone and I have 15 other clients. So if you don't make the payment now, the phone is gone. So these are all key indicators that this doesn't make sense. Why am I being pushed? Why am I being urged? Why is such an urgency to this payment without even doing proper validation and due diligence? So urgency is one of them, as well as you should just look at the numbers that are calling you. Why is this person calling me? I didn't have a conversation about this. I didn't receive money. So why is this person insisting that I send the money back? So stop, verify, report. That is our message always.
And let's get back to the point of the proof of payment aspect.
Yes.
Does receiving a proof of payment always mean that the money has been transferred?
Not necessarily. So a proof of payment is a notification by the initiator. It states that a payment has been initiated.
Not necessarily completed.
Yes, because there's a lot of things that can stop a payment. It could be that your account was placed on hold, the money bounced back. It could be that they put in the wrong code, it bounced back. So a proof of payment is a confirmation that the initiator did make the payment. However, you should always take it with a bit of salt that with this proof of payment, this money must be reflecting in my account. And also remember, with AI now, people are generating fake proof of payment. So there is also another tool that they are using in a bad way, and they're going to send it to you. They're going to rush it. They're going to say, I send the money. They're going to send you the proof of payment. And look at the proof of payment. You must study it, because most of the time you'll pick up if it's a fake. The logo, the numbers, the letters are not matching. The lines are not straight. So most of the time, the proof of payment are fake. But yes, a proof of payment doesn't necessarily mean that the payment has arrived. It means that it has been initiated, and it can take time. And there's other factors that can actually prevent that funds from coming into your account.
All right. But before I let you go, in the interest of time, Mr. Udilika, if you could quickly just tell us, say an individual has fallen victim to the overpayment or refund scam, what do they need to do?
So most of the time, what we have seen is that these individuals would like to have the money in a quick method way, which is e-wallet, cardless withdrawal. So if you fell victim to this, the first thing you need to do is call the bank. It might be that recovery is not possible, but we can then stop this individual going further. We can block these numbers. We can report it to the stakeholders like MPC to block the numbers. So do not just sit idle and say that, oh, I fell victim, there's nothing they can do. Report it immediately, because if you don't report it, these individuals will continue on the next person, onto the next person, onto the next person. So stop, verify, report. Even if it's just a near miss, even if it's just an attempt, report these numbers to us, because we are engaging with our stakeholders that these numbers are registered at the mobile home, so they do get blacklisted, and criminal charges do follow. That is now the law part, but you should always report it, no matter how it happened, when it happened. Even if there was no loss, report it. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Udilika, for your time.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
That was Theo Hidulika, client support specialist and fraud analyst at FNB Namibia, talking to us about overpayment and refund scams that are currently on the rise, and reminding clients and FNB bankers, or banking clients rather, to stop, verify and report before engaging in any online transaction, especially if it happens to come from a place of being rushed and pressured to do so. Do keep it locked right here as we bring you one more conversation before giving you the 7 o'clock news. Don't go anywhere.